All right. All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. I was just testing it to see if it was working, but it seems to be working pretty fine. Real quick, I just want to go into this topic, okay? As I saw this article this morning. All right, it says here, it's on RT News. Okay, it says Amazon on fire, but are we doomed? What's behind the climate catastrophe headlines? Okay, and you know what? It seems as though every time something comes out, okay, showing or uncovering Esau's wickedness, he always wants to have an excuse. You know, he wants to play the victim. Okay, so let me just read a bit of it real quick, and I have a couple of scriptures. It says, the Amazon is burning, the planet is heating, and it seems like the four horsemen of the climate change apocalypse are knocking at our door, but just how right are the prophets of ecological doom? Okay, so the Amazon is burning, the planet is heating, but who's in rulership right now? Who's in control right now? Ultimately, it's Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, but right now, whose hands is the earth in? Okay. So it says the Amazon rainforest is ablaze. Wildfires have increased 83% this year on last, with nearly 80,000 individual fires spotted by Brazil's National Institute for Space Research. Fires in this region are typically started by farmers every year to clear overgrown land for grazing and replanting, but the extent of this year's inferno has captured the attention of the global media like never before. But you know what though? Here it is. You got the same devil, all right? Because a lot of the times what he does is he'll come out with a cover story, okay, for something he did behind the scenes. You know, here it is. They were using what is it? I forgot the name of it. D something. All right, to start fires in California. Okay, they were using their technology, their weaponry to start fires in California. All right, and then they turn around and put it on the news and talk about, oh my gosh, this is so bad. We have fires in California. You know, you see what this devil does? Because what is his power? Deceit, being two-faced. To you, when he's talking to you on the news and all of that, he looks like he's on your side. Oh, we're in this together. But the real him, all right, behind the scenes is going around and manipulating things so that he can direct your mind in a certain location or in a certain direction. All right. Now check this out. Our home is burning, tweeted French President Emmanuel Macron, promising to make the emergency top of the agenda at last month's G7 summit. These devils don't care, man. Our home is burning. The oceans are destroyed and polluted, okay? Because not only is it just waste, but you have nuclear waste that are being dumped into the ocean. When these factories are producing all these different merchandise, all right, with machinery and all that, guess what? There's a waste at the end. Where do you think that goes? All right, where do you think your sewers lead to? Okay, they dump it into rivers, oceans. Why the hell, when you look at the Hudson River, all these different rivers, they dirty and green and ugly. It's not clear. It's not blue or whatever. All right, it looks filthy. And then the fish you eat comes from those waters. You know, the same water is being polluted by this devil. But he'll turn around and talk about our home is burning. Let me just see if I could get to some good parts here, because then they try to say this, and it's not just Brazil that's burning, right? Check this out. With swaths of Africa, Okay, you have Africa burning, and the Arctic and Asia on fire. The New York Times declared a nightmare scenario for the world's forests, one that could drastically reduce the planet's lung capacity. But here's the key message though. Who's ruling right now? Okay? This is what happens when you have Edomites in rulership, man. We didn't have stuff like this going on when you had King David ruling, or Solomon ruling, or when our nation, when our people were ruling. All right, yeah, you had Israel doing wickedness, but it wasn't to the extent of this. Okay, the earth right now is in the worst possible condition it can be, just like the inhabitants of the earth are in the worst possible condition they can be. And you wonder why men of old were able to be so active, do these different things, be on such a high level, live longer. Okay, it's because at the time the earth was also in a better condition. Because remember, the earth was created to be a paradise. So when the earth was created, it was a paradise. All right, Idan, okay, Eden. But over time, just as we fell, so did the condition of the earth. Okay, and the earth right now is not yielding, all right, the best of its fruits for us, because the Esau, all right, these Caucasians, the so-called white man, he doesn't observe the land Sabbath. There's a land Sabbath. Okay, let's see if I can pull it up real quick. You're supposed to, after a while, let the land breathe. Okay, let it rejuvenate. Just like you, when you get tired, you want some time to sleep and rejuvenate. Let's just go land. All right, but this devil doesn't regard any of that. He doesn't regard the laws of the Lord, but the laws of the Most High were created to maintain order and balance in the ecosystem. Okay, that's how you preserve life. You maintain life. Okay. Let me see. Land Sabbath. But like I said, man, this Esau has no regard for life, man. And that's why he is referred to as the son of perdition. Okay. Okay, there it is. Leviticus 25. All right. Leviticus chapter 25, verse 2. It says, "Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto the Lord." All right, because just as we, all right, keep a Sabbath, we are ordained, all right, part of the law, one day of the week, okay, which we determine the Sabbath by the new moon. Okay, the scriptures tell you that. But just as we have a Sabbath, the land also has a Sabbath. Okay, and so it says here, verse 3, 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather the fruit thereof. So you plant, you take care of the land and all of that. Okay, have your nice agriculture. It says, but in the seventh year, okay. All right, but in the seventh year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land. Okay, a Sabbath for Yahweh. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard. Okay, that which groweth of its own accord of thy harvest thou shalt not reap. Neither gather the grapes of thy vine undressed, for it is a year of rest unto the land. So you're supposed to let the land rest. But where do you see Esau doing that? No. Any piece of land, as you see here, that he can get his hands on, he's there. All right. And the earth is dying, man. But does this devil care? No. And he's got our people so messed up in the head that they don't care as well. You got people walking around, some of them don't even know. Amazon, yeah, I heard some Amazon. Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's bad, bro. That's bad. But our people are so selfish to the point that if it doesn't physically affect them in their everyday lives, they don't care, you know? But the same earth you're living on is being destroyed, but we're the enemy because we're telling you about it and we're telling you who's doing it. It says, but look, now check this out. But is all that true? The forests are indeed burning, and the fires riddling the Amazon are the worst since seen since 2010. But globally, listen to this. Globally, wildfires have decreased drastically in the last 2 decades. That information doesn't come from a climate skeptic blog or the editorial board of the Wall Street Journal. It's from NASA, which has been studying wildfires with satellites since 1980s. So, yeah, the Amazon is burning, all right? Things are pretty bad, but globally, wildfires have decreased and drastically in the last 20 years. So that's a big up, That's something that's what Esau always does. He doesn't want to deal with the problem. He doesn't want to deal with, because if he is the culprit, he doesn't want to address it. He wants to talk around it, tap dance around it, talk about everything else but what the actual problem is. However, let one of us be the culprit. This man is not going to let go, man. All right. But you see how this devil moves? And then now look, let's get some statistics on that. According to the space agency, the area scorched every year by wildfires has dropped 24% since 2003. Oh, that's lovely. While land is still being deforested, it is now being more commonly done with machines, not fire. You see how this devil moves? While land is still being deforested, as though that's a good thing, it is now being more commonly done with machines, not fire. So that's a big up. We've reduced the wildfires because now we're using machines, all right, to reduce the oxygen on the planet because we're killing plants and we're deforesting. Don't you have enough cities? Don't you have enough land? You see? But this devil doesn't care about nature. He doesn't care about what the Lord has set in place. He's doing GMOs, selective breeding, which the scriptures tell you you're not supposed to do that. Because when the Lord created everything, he said what? And the Lord saw everything that was made and said what? It is good. Okay? Here it is. Yahweh gave the blueprint to his son Yahweh Shai and the angels that were with him, all right, the first fruit, the elect, and they, with you telling me that they missed the spot. So Esau, the basis of men, is gonna come and fix it all, right? When the Lord and the angels created the earth, created the elements, created water, animals, and all of that, they were off. They forgot about genetic modification. They forgot about all of that. You devils, man. Everything here is artificial. To the air you breathe, the water you drink, heck, the world you live in, the way your mind perceives things is all artificial. All right, you are living in an artificial world. That is why whenever anybody leaves America and they come back, they all say the same thing. Damn, I'm back here, yo. Oh my gosh, yo. Because what is back here? You're gonna work like a slave. All right, you're stuck. You're not free. You don't get to relax. When people leave the country, they get that glow. They get actual food. The air is different. The atmosphere is, although the whole earth is polluted, there's certain places that are better than others, But this place, bruh, even the rain is different, man. When it rains, it looks like the movie scenes where the plane goes over the scene and spills the water down, making it look like it's raining. All right, so it says the area scorched every year by wildfires has dropped, because they're using machines now. NASA researchers said, indeed, the changes in savanna, grassland, and tropical forest fire patterns are so large that they have so far offset some of the increased risk of fire caused by global warming. Hooray, Esau, you're doing a good thing. These devils, man. All right, but hey, you know what? Let's get some scriptures, man, because the reason all this is happening is because of this. All right, this is Job chapter 9, verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So who is the wicked? All right, who is the wicked right now? How do you identify that? It tells you in the book of Malachi, number 1, and number 2. Okay, who is the earth given into the hand of? All right, right now, what is the main currency? The dollar. And whose face is on the dollar? It ain't Jake. It's not a so-called black man. It's not a Chinese man. It's not a Moabite, a Japanese. No, it's an Edomite, a so-called white man. That's whose face is on the money that's passed around the world. All right. Who runs the Federal Reserve? Who's in control of the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, the World Banks? Who runs all that? Because whoever runs that runs the world. Okay. But like I said, it's not a so-called black man. There's no other nation but these Edomites. So they are the ones who the earth has been given into their hand. But guess what? It's for a season. It's for a time period. All right. So let's get this real quick. Malachi chapter 1. I'll start at verse 1. The burden of the word of Yahweh to Israel by Malachi, which Malachi was a prophet. All right. I have loved you, saith the Lord Yahweh, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob and I hated Esau. Yeah, because you have our people, you tell them you God's chosen people, they all right. You know what I'm saying? If I'm God's chosen people, why am I in the ghettos? Why is my life like this? If God loves me so much, why are my sons getting shot down in the streets? Why are we at the bottom of everything? But you got to understand that it's a price that we had to pay because we disobeyed. All right. Just because you forgot what you did doesn't mean that you didn't do it. All right. We're the ones who went off. Okay. We broke the Heavenly Father's law, statutes, and commandments, and we're being punished for it right now. But we're being punished out of love because the Lord wants us to do better. As a matter of fact, the new covenant is out of love because the Lord, being as merciful as he is, not wanting to punish us anymore, is going to put the laws in our heart. So we're going to be righteously programmed not to do wickedness. That way we don't have to suffer the judgment of death or punishment. Okay. The fact that the 2/3 are going to come back in the kingdom and be in a high estate, all right, in comparison to the rest of the world, all right, which of course there's order in there, being that the elect are going to be, up there. But the fact that all Israel is going to be righteous again is love. Okay. So, and it says here, because Jacob and Esau were twins, though they weren't identical twins. Okay. But the Lord chose one, which was Jacob, and he hated the other, which is Esau. So people talking about, oh, Lord, God is love. God don't hate. No. God loves everything. Okay, so all the judgment that's coming, who's it coming for? Wait, but hold on. Your parents love you, but I'm pretty sure they whooped your ass a couple of times, right? That was out of love. So when the Lord brings the destruction, remember, it's also out of love, because the world is going to be a better place after the Lord is done with this place. Okay. It says, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. Now listen closely. And they shall call them, who? The Edomites. They shall call them the border of wickedness. Okay. And the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. Indignation is righteous anger. The Lord hates them. That's why he said here, I hated Esau. Okay. So they're going to call them what? The border of wickedness. Okay. The border of wickedness, which is why you see things like this happening. All right. So it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who are those? Those are the Edomites. All right. Get another precept. This is Psalms chapter 82, verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Why? Because it's given to their hands, and they don't know how to take care of the earth nor its inhabitants. Okay. But because we're in the lowest state right now, we're not in that power seat. But what do you think the world is waiting for? Even those who don't know are also waiting for the elect, all right, to be raised up, all right, and for Yahweh Shai to come back and instill righteous authority, righteous rulership upon the earth. All right. Even these heathens in slavery are gonna be they're gonna be happy because they're gonna understand that, you know what? This is right. This is righteous. I'm in slavery, but this is righteous. Okay? It's gonna be a righteous form of slavery. All right. Yes, there is such a thing because the scriptures tell you. See, the scriptures cover all scenarios. All right. Any possible thing you might come across, there's an answer for it in the scriptures. All right. That's why the Bible is so important, because the Lord created us, and the Bible is the manual, the blueprint as to how we are to live. Okay. So it says what? All the foundations of the earth are out of course, because this devil has changed everything, turned everything upside down. Okay. From the time, man. He even changed the time, man. Devils changed the time. They changed who the Lord is. Okay. They changed who we are. I'm talking about to the outward. Okay. They changed the earth. They reversed. They called righteousness wicked and wickedness righteous. They've changed everything, and the earth is literally out of course, man. The vibe is all messed up. All right. You got birds not even knowing where to fly. Okay. Because remember, in order to have homeostasis, the balance in the ecosystem, everything has to run. All right. Yes, lions have to eat gazelles. All right. And gazelles have to eat the, whatever they eat, and everything has to eat each other in order for the world to well, as of right now, okay, for there to be that balance. But as the scriptures tell you, in the kingdom, the lions ain't going to be eating gazelles and other animals. Okay. They're all going to be herbivores because there's going to be peace, man. It's, I got that already. Moving on. This is Revelation chapter 8. Let me see, what was it? Yeah, chapter 11, verse 18. All right. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets. Okay. Yes, we're going to be rewarded, man, for the work that we're doing. All right, for the love and the faith and the passion that we have to do the work of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and that's one thing you can't take that out of the elect, man. You cannot take that away from the elect. All right, the spirit that the Lord has put within us to do this work for Him is something that's just innate, is within us. Okay, the feeling we get when we see prophecies taking place, it's innate, is within us. You can't fake that. Okay. So it says, and to the saints, which are Israelites, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and now keep in mind, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And who is it that's destroying the earth, man? Okay, who's spraying chemtrails? Who's in charge of all this GMOs? And now you got them trying to replace monkey organs with human organs. They're literally trying to play the role of God. They're taking everything the Most High has done, and they're saying this is the version 2.0 of it. This is what now we're going to merge humans and computers, humans and AIs, transhumanism. We're going to have super soldiers. We're going to have, what is that? Designer babies, where we can edit your child. We're going to edit your child. You want your child to be tall? You want your child to have blonde hair, blue eyes, whatever you want your child to have, we can edit it for you. We're going to take frozen ovaries or whatever the case may be. All right. Freeze it. And then if you're trying to have a child or whatnot, we'll just insert it inside you, and then you can give birth. You can have your own child. What is that? But you know what that does? In the ancient days, our women would pray and fast and cry unto the Lord if they couldn't have a child, because they understood that the power of the womb lies in the hands of the Lord. So if He shuts your womb, you cannot give birth. But if He opens it, no matter how old you are, look at Sarah, all right, you can still have a child. So what Esau is doing is he's taking away the glorification from the Lord, because that power lies in the hands of the Lord, not in a hospital. Okay. In the ancient times, man, having a child was a blessing. Okay, it was a blessing. But what has Esau done? He's taken away all he's taken away spirituality from the earth. So not only is he destroying the earth physically, but he's destroying it spiritually by destroying the Israelites, man. He's just that's why it says the earth is out of course, man. All the foundations are out of course, because guess what? Spirituality is also an attribute of the earth, man, because the earth itself has a spirit. So those walking forth above it, all right, have to have a righteous spirit, man. Okay, because righteousness brings forth life. See, life everlasting. Wickedness brings forth death. All right, this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Okay, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Okay, so the fact that, look, man, the way the Lord designed us is completely different from the way he designed them. Hence, that's why Jacob and Esau were fighting inside the womb. We have two opposite spirits, man. And their spirits are just wicked, the son of perdition. Whatever they touch, they destroy it. Okay, whatever we touch, we fix it, we heal it. Why do you think? Hey, man, go to these some of these quote unquote third world countries where Jake is at. You know, whether in South America or even in Africa or wherever, you'll see how innovative and creative Jake can be. They take materials that they might find in the junkyard and they'll put it together and make something out of it. Something useful, something beautiful that you can use out of just simple materials that they can find, whether it's cooking or whatever it is. But Esau, you give him the best of the best and he'll destroy it. You give Jake the worst of the worst, the little, and they'll make something out of it, man. Do you see the difference? All right. Esau destroys everything he touches while Jake does the opposite. Okay. And even in our lowest estate, we still find a way. You know, look at what our people were put through. And we look at our people still trying to find a way out of it, man. But the majority of our people are just they're caught up and they're misled. All right, but the thing is, they've been drunken. All right, sold for so long, they've been caught up too much that you can't pull them back, man. The line has entangled them so far that if you were even to try and untangle them, they'd just be destroyed in the process. So that's why the Lord said, you know what? I'm going to destroy them and bring them anew. All right. Verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, because what? He deals deceitfully, man. He spread his Babylonian juice, all right, his doctrine, his Babylonian vibration across the earth, all right, and he's corrupted everything, man. So it says, and just like the west is on the other side of the east, all right, over here is just pure wickedness. But he's managed to spread that through his quote-unquote diplomacy and all of that all over the world. Westernization, you know, from garments to suits. Okay, from modest apparel to bikinis and thongs and G-strings and just whore like apparel, man. You know, from full beards to clean shaven. You see? And that's the era Esau ushered in. From righteousness to wickedness, from holiness to filthiness, okay, from riches to rags, because whatever he touches, it goes from a beauty, all right, to a nightmare, from a dream to a horror, all right. So it says he is a proud man, and most look at Trump, for example, all right. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Okay, because and that's why we call America a melting pot. Okay, but guess what? Esau goes everywhere. if he hears that there's certain resources that could benefit him in the Middle East, that's where you're gonna see him. All right. He enlarges his desire as hell and is as death, man. He's not satisfied with anything. He constantly wants more. These elites, these Rothschilds, these Clintons, these Rockefellers, all right, they are so rich, you don't even come in comparison to them, but they still want more. They're not just satisfied with being rich. You give Jake a couple $1 million, they're not worried about what the next man is doing across the country. They could care less. Jake is worried about, yo, shit, I'm good. I'm trying to chill. I just want to chill, you know? But Esau, oh nah. You know, I got a couple million. Let me make it a couple trillion. Cool. Now I'm here. Now, what can I do? Let me enslave people. Let me push out this microchip. Let me do all this wickedness, because that's just their spirit. When they're in that state, they're like, you know what they by design want to do is just wickedness. You know, you look at them when they're drunk. You look at what they do for fun. It's stupid. Hey, let's go set that rabbit on fire. Ha ha ha. Like, what, bro? Why? What did they do to you? Nah, nothing. I just want to set it on fire. Hey, let's go drown that pigeon. Ha ha ha. Bro, what? Yo, son. And that's why they got to be taken out of the earth, man. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against them, and a taunting proverb against them, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. Okay? And that's what this devil did, man. Everybody knows the so-called white man, or Esau, all right? Everybody knows Esau for his record. Everybody knows Esau, all right, for his record, man. The trail that he's left behind. How can you forget that? It says, how long, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Now I'm going to jump down to verse 12 real quick. It says here, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity. How is America? How is America America? Okay, that's this point blank period. Okay, when they came here, no, they didn't discover it. Okay, they came here and they conquered, all right, and took over another man's land by blood. All right, because what did they do to the Native Americans? All right, to the Northern Kingdom that was here. They came here and they were treated well. But you know what they did? They came here with an agenda, and they justified it by telling themselves we're the true Christians and they're heathens. So by that mindset, we can do whatever is necessary in order to convert them to Christianity. And if they're not with it, then guess what? We can just do whatever we want to them. You know, they're not considered humans. They're not considered on the same level as us. So whatever we're committing to them is not really an atrocity. You know, therefore we'll rape their women, we'll kill them, we'll work them to death. Okay, we'll separate their families. So what? No big deal. We'll destroy life and rebuild it. You know, how we want to build it. That's what they did, man. Okay, and establish a city by iniquity. And then on top of that, they went and got us from the west coast of Africa and all different parts and brought us here to come and build this place with our blood, sweat, and tears. When we were working on plantations, picking cotton, where do you think all that money went? It went into institutions that you see around here today. Okay? Just look up companies that benefit from slavery, or benefited from slavery, or are still benefiting from slavery. And those companies go and they make a lot of money, right? And they're part of this city that has been established by iniquity, because we were kidnapped. And then we were raped and we were murdered. We were robbed. We were just, man, go do some research on what happened to our people, man. Did we come and do that to you? No, but you came over there like we stole your cat or something, you know? So all that, what do you think the Lord is going to do? And that's the same devil that's ruling right now. Just because we're in a different kind of year, just because they come out here and say that's in the past, that's in the past. but you got the same spirit you had back then. All right. So you're not only destroying people, you're destroying the earth, man. And the Lord is doing this to show you what happens when you have these devils in rulership. All right. Just got a couple more precepts. Lord willing, end it. This is Psalm chapter 58, verse. I'll start at verse 2. All right, I'll get this in the meantime. This is Psalm chapter 58, verse 2. It says, Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. And we like we read here in Malachi, who are the wicked? The Edomites. All right. So it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. Okay. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Now, let's go into that word estranged. All right. What's that? Zawar. All right. To be estranged, to be a stranger, to become estranged. All right. To be estranged. Okay. To be a foreigner, an enemy. Oh, shoot. Oh, so they're enemies from the womb. All right. Jacob and Esau were born natural enemies. All right. Now it says, I believe it was astray. I looked into that not too long ago. All right. And it has a pretty interesting definition. Okay. So it says they go astray, right? To wander about of intoxication, to sin or of sin. Okay. So they go astray, all right, to cause to err, to mislead. Okay. So now let's read that in context. Okay. This thing is moving kind of slow. All right. Slack here. Let me close down a few of these tabs. All right. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So they sin. They go off. That's them by nature, man. Okay. They're by nature, they're like that, man. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. All right. What does the poison of a serpent do to you, man? Serpents are subtle, man. But when you get bit, if Lord ain't with you, dead, man. You out here go act like you Paul, man. Go get bit and sit there like everything's all good. You're gonna be rolling over dead. So it says, they're like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. Because there ain't no Edomite's gonna get this word, man. They're looking at you like, number one, hold up. You a whole nigga. Why are you talking to me? And number two, why are you talking like you're an authority? They in their mind, you are nothing but what you were when you were brought here on cargo slave ships. Now, that's the average Edomite. These elites, okay, they know. All right, they know. That's why they fear, because they know exactly who we are. All right. But they stop their ear because we're prophesying to them. They're reading what we're prophesying, and they know it's true that Yahushua is coming back. Why are they militarizing space? Because they want to fight against. They know that they're going to have to fight against the Messiah, pursuant to the book of Revelation. Okay, the war in heaven. All right. They know all these things are coming, man. That's why they're preparing. But they still don't understand that this is going to happen, that they're going to be defeated and they're going to be brought down. They're not trying to hear that. Okay. It says, which will not hearken to the which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely, break their teeth, O power in their mouth, break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord. And what is the power of a lion? It's teeth, man. Okay. When that lion opens his mouth, and if you in close proximity, well, things might not end too well for you. All right. But that their power is what? Their teeth. So King David was saying, man, take that power away from them, and that's what the Lord is going to do. Sit down in the dust O virgin daughter, there is no throne for thee. All right. Oh, best believe these devils are gonna be brought real low, man. All right, they're gonna be brought real low. All right. Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 9. Okay, because at the end of the day, the Lord isn't gonna have the whole earth destroyed. All right, but it's gonna get that this is gonna get real bad, man, and that's why the Lord is speeding up the days so that these prophecies could come to pass and we can get out of here, man. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." Okay. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, that world meaning the age. All right, Esau is the end of this age, this current time period, this eon. All right, and Jacob, which are the Israelites, are the beginning of it that followeth. All right, the kingdom to come, the everlasting kingdom. Guess what? We are the beginning of that, man. Starting with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, when Yahushai comes. All right, when he makes his second appearance. Okay. But like I said, Esau is the end of the world because that's what he's doing, man. Look at this. And he's going to try and justify this by talking about, well, it is burning. However, you know, on the positive side, on a larger scale, you know, wildfires, you know, have been decreased. You know, forest fires have been decreased over the past 20 years. They've been decreased. And that's supposed to be a great thing, right? All right. Let me see what I got next. This is a book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. All right. So it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Example, when the Queen of Sheba came to Solomon, all right, she blessed him and gave him presents and gifts because she was just in awe as to his knowledge, man, and his rulership. Solomon was where he was. Look, man, with the wisdom that the Lord blessed him with, all right, when he was ruling in righteousness, everything was all good. Okay, people came, they were like, yo, damn, this is on point. I would wanna, you know, live in a place like this just because of how everything is in order. All right, everything is in harmony, and everybody's good. Nobody's angry, nobody's upset. Everybody's good, man. But that's when the righteous are in authority. Why? Because they're gonna make righteous judgments, and righteousness is gonna proceed forth. And what does righteousness bring? It brings life and peace. Those are the fruits of righteousness. But when the wicked beareth rule, that's when the sun disappears and the thick dark clouds form. Okay. And you see that black castle with that Edomite, you know, with the wicked laugh. That's when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Because what do the wicked do? They push forth wickedness. Okay? They push forth wickedness, man. They enslave you. All right? They promote lies and anti-life. How the hell is a man and a man going to bring life? How the hell is eating abominable foods that are going to make you sick and in turn end you up in a hospital, which is only going to make money off of you and then kill you? When you go to the hospital and they put you on medication, that's only a prolonged death. Okay? Literally all they're doing is, all right, let me suck out as much money as I can from him before I let him go and tell him, yeah, it's looking pretty grim for you. I'm sorry. That's all it is. So they're going to get you sick and then they're going to take you to your deathbed. That's all they do. Look at how many, compare the amount of people that end up dying in these hospitals as to the amount of people that go there and actually come back nice and good and feeling nice and healthy. No, that's why you have certain people leaving the country to go get healed. Okay? The people mourn, and the people are mourning, man. Why do you think there's so much tension worldwide? Even these heathens are like, yo, you devils are the devil, man. Y'all are some straight demons from hell, man. You got even Satan looking at you like, damn, son. Damn. All right. So I got this last precept. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14. I'll start at verse 12. All right, so it says, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, the son of the morning? And as we read in Psalms, what the Lord is asking for their teeth to be broken, man. Okay, and that's their power. So when Yahweh Shai comes back, okay, this rulership that these Luciferians, which they call themselves what, the Illuminati, the enlightened ones, okay, or more like the darkened ones, okay, what, they're gonna be fallen, man, from their power seat. Okay, so it says, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Okay, and that's what you saw them do, man, with their military, with their sword. That's what they did. They went around and conquered and weakened the nations and put them into subjection under them. If you look at a lot of these deals that were formed, these treaties that were made, a lot of it wasn't even an equal treaty. It was just a treaty that these nations agreed to because they would benefit just somewhat from it. Even though the ESAU would benefit the most, these nations were like, you know what, whatever, man, you know, that kind of thing. And even those treaties, Esau broke them himself. It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, all right, meaning in their mind, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. And you see, you have these so-called Christians. They'll tell you this is talking about Satan. You know, when he wanted to kick the Most High off his throne and take over that throne. That's just fables, man. It's fables. That's not biblical, and that's not scriptural. The scripture isn't talking about a spiritual demon, Satan, because then there would be a contradiction. Well, how would Satan try to fight against the Lord? But then when you read in the book of Job, he's taking orders from the Lord. He's reporting back to the Lord. Read Job the 1st chapter and Job the 2nd chapter. Okay. Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, does what the Lord commands him to do. And you know what? It's funny because so do these Edomites, the physical counterpart. Everything they're doing is according to the will of the Lord. All right. Because what is bringing about prophecy? You got Trump, as much as everybody hates him, guess what? What he's doing is the will of the Lord. Because the Lord is the one who's putting it in Trump's mind to go and have this trade war with China, all right, and have all these different tensions worldwide be brought to an all-time high. All right. So it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And that's the seat that Esau is trying to put himself in. But the Lord said, what? Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. All right. And in the kingdom, we're going to dig big holes, big pits, and we're going to throw you in there. It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did it shake kingdoms? You're going to be spoken about like you're reading somebody a story about you know a non-existent creature anymore, you know, because after that 1,000 years, when these Edomites are exterminated, guess what? They're just going to be like a tail. Yes, son. Yes, there were people upon the earth at one time that were called Edomites. Yeah, they were red devils that thought that they could outsmart and come against the Lord. Yeah, Yahweh Shai. Yeah, they try to fight against them and the angels. Would you look at that? How retarded, right? Okay, you damn devils, man. You damn devils. It's gonna be a marvel as to and people are gonna understand and fear the Lord all the more as to how with how low you're gonna be brought. How a devil like you could be on top, ruling above us and speaking so proudly against the Most High. And you know what? People aren't gonna look at you like, oh shoot, damn, that's crazy. You got the balls to do that? No, they're gonna fear the Lord and be like, damn, the Lord could do that. You know? All right. So it says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. So they're gonna look down on you and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Okay, like how is it possible? Them in pits, them? How? Look at them. How in the world did they make the earth tremble? How did they run and take over? You read about Alexander the Greek, but then you looking at Edomites and you're like, what? How? These devils did that? You know? But the scriptures tell you it's the Lord that setteth up kings, all right, and he throws down kingdoms. It says that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. That's how low. That's what you Edomites are gonna be like, man. Ugh. It says, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, but thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. Because check this out, all you Edomites are guilty. You know, it says that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Okay, because that's what they're doing. They're talking about deforestation, all right, but not with fires. Look, while the land is still being deforested, okay, and what happens in order to build cities? You have to first make the space. So you cut down trees, meaning you're destroying the habitat of certain animals. And once you push them to that point, what do you think is going to happen? If somebody's living in their house and they see you breaking down their walls and all of that, what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna come outside and check out what's going on, and they're gonna come after you. So these wild animals are gonna what? Like the scriptures say, they shall change their place. And you keep polluting the ocean. Guess who's down there? All right, Leviathan's he's gonna pop his head out very soon. Okay. It says, prepare slaughter for the iniquity, for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. And what does that mean? It means that because those children are those fathers coming back in the reincarnation. Okay? Because the scriptures tell you every 3 to 4 generations you get reincarnated. All right? Therefore, if you have a great grandson, whatever, that might just be you coming back. All right? So this doesn't mean, because the scriptures tell you at the same time that the son is not going to pay for the iniquity of their father. Okay, but everybody will be punished for whatever they did. So it says, for I will rise up against them, saith Yahweh of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. All right. And I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. That's what's going to come to this place, man. Okay. The Lord of hosts has sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand. Okay, and that's what's coming, man. Them nuclear missiles, they're gonna sweep this place. All right, they're gonna just completely violate this land, man. Okay, so hey, I'm gonna end it there. Okay, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. Look, man, you got these devils that they're just look, man, they're just destroying the earth. All right, and they're destroying everything in existence, man. Okay, and that's why Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is gonna bring that heavy judgment upon this place, man. Okay, so you Edomites, you're doomed. All right. Yes, the answer to that question is yes, you're doomed. Okay, but Lord willing, this is edifying unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakodash. Until next time, Shalom.